This is the box not to miss. Explain it.
The Can't Miss Comics box.
Yeah, what is that?
It's a new-ish, I guess this is like 4 or 5 months old now. It's a new-ish product.
It just started getting rolling.
Correct. Unfortunately, we started doing this right when delays and shipping issues started really ramping up because of the supply chain, whatever. But this is a box, a product that we offer at Mill Geek Comics. It's technically a Russ thing, but we contribute to this box. It is a assortment of 10 comics every month that we ship out to you that are not a mystery. This is different from our mystery mail call.
Yeah, completely separate product. An LCS opportunity for you to enroll so that you can be part of the store that we both support. This isn't my store. This isn't Ryan's store. Ryan works there, and I work with Russ, but Russ is an LCS owner. You know, Overstreet Price Guide Advisor, makes a lot of content for the comic fam. And we heard the community's requests in that there is a staggering amount of individuals who just want to get their comics kind of just on auto send. You know, you're going to get the stuff that you can't miss, and that's what this box is.
We go through the catalog every single month of books that are announced, so you don't have to, basically, because it's kind of a task. You have to sit there and scroll through all these comics that are coming out and like take a risk and pick and choose which ones you want to order.
Stay up on it.
Right.
You know, what's hot, what's not. You know, people have they have busy lives. I myself sometimes don't get to previews as quick as I should. Sometimes I just rely on my membership to make sure that I get the stuff that I know I'm going to get and then I'm regretting not getting something. This is the set it and forget it tier, and it's $50, and you can join right now for February's box, and January's box is going out soon.
Correct. Yeah, the cutoff to sign up for this box is always the last day of the month for getting next month's box. So right now, the month of January, you have until the 31st of January to sign up for February's box.
Correct. So you only got a little less than a month left, but you can support a local comic shop. And as always, we like to remind everybody, because this is our shop that we go to for our comics. You know, there's a bit of a bias there. You know, we're recommending a place that we both support, but we encourage everybody to give their local shop a try. It's so important to look on Google, just type in comic shop near me, and give them a shot. Give them 2 shots. Give them 3 tries. You know, let them make some mistakes. Let them piss you off a little bit. Oh, they want to reprice something at the counter. Sucks, but give them a shot. You know, it's a tough business, and every shop they have their own struggles they have to go through. And the fact that they're around is really important, and we want to support LCSs across the country.
The more, the merrier.
Exactly. We need more. It's a tough business. However, if you don't have a shop, you've had enough of whatever process it has been for you to get your comic books. This is one of 2 options Mill Geek Comics has so that you can get your comics and stop missing them. So let's go through some comics that are coming out. All right. So these are, as Ryan mentioned, these are comic books that we curated.
The 3 of us, yeah, Russ, Tom, and myself pick 10 comics every month. That's
right. We pick 10 comics, and you know, I pick a couple. I'm like, yeah, I'm putting this on my pull list. I think everyone should grab one of these because it looks cool. I think it's going to be good. Maybe there's spec room. Maybe there's hotness to it. Maybe there's an artist or a writer. Maybe it's a variant cover. Maybe it's a graphic novel. It doesn't matter.
This month is the first time that we have now. We're going to start including graphic novels in each one of these boxes too, moving forward, which I'm a big fan of.
The first comic on our list, and this right here, I mean, this list is kind of twofold. This is what you shouldn't be missing regardless of if you joined the box, because we picked these because we're really excited about them as a team. So this is our time to shed some light on some comics, and if you want to grab them, you can, whether it's from us or from an LCS. And when I say us, I mean Mill Geek Comics, not directly from us. Okay, so we have Can't Miss box number 1. This is Rogue Sun number 1 through Image Comics. Now, they're doing something interesting over there. I think they know that they have a hot comic on their hands because the creative team of this is expanding their universe, crossing stuff over.
Like Radiant Black?
We're talking Radiant Black, baby.
That's so good.
It's
one of my books of the year.
Yeah, we got to talk and like learn about it at that Puyallup show.
That was, it was random seeing Kyle Higgins there.
Yeah, Kyle Higgins was just chilling.
It was a nice treat. Got him to sign a couple copies of Radiant Black.
So this is a new character that's being introduced, and the reason why we know that this is going to kind of lead into a Variant Black crossover is that the next one that's on this list is something that I've been actually anticipating for a while, not because of the Variant Black, I call it Variant Black, Radiant Black, not because of that, but specifically because of the spec on it. I was actually told by a handful of stores, like, really consider doing exclusive on it. I didn't get around to doing it. I couldn't figure it out.
A mail call Supermassive.
But I had some, I get some tips, like, hey, this book, there's a lot of stores starting to pick it up. We don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of stores that are doing exclusives for it, which typically tells me that there's something behind it. Maybe there's a new character. Maybe there's just excitement beyond Radiant Black. I don't know, but I put it on my list and I'm excited because Radiant Black's so good. We have Supermassive, which is going to introduce a new character, specifically Rogue Sun and Inferno Go Red. And we talked about Rogue Sun just a second ago. So he's getting his own, I'm assuming it's a he, getting his own solo title, but premiering in Supermassive, which is pretty
and
hype.
this is a crossover between, Rogue Sun and what is it, Inferno Girl Red, and you can see Radiant Black, the main character of Radiant Black, down there at the bottom.
That's right.
Which, again, if you are not reading Radiant Black, I strongly recommend that book. It is a lot of fun.
Hit the like button, comic fam. Slap the subscribe button. We're talking about comic books you don't want to be missing. We're doing giveaways. We got gorgeous TMNT homages courtesy of Dynamite Comics. Go follow them on YouTube. Let's keep it rolling here. We have Iron Fist #1. Now, there's the word tentative next to this one, specifically because, hey, if the promise is to get you a certain amount of comics every month, some of these comics change their schedule last minute.
Delays happen a lot lately.
There's a lot of back end stuff that goes in to anticipate that, but this is a tentative book as long as it comes out on time. Regardless, my understanding is Mill Geek is getting these no matter what, and you can expect it the following month if something happens. So you can not worry. If your plan was to get this book and it doesn't come out, it gets hot, something happens, as they approach that day of release, you have one of these in your box no matter what. It's going to be there.
Yeah.
Eventually, when it comes out.
That happened to Venom and Hulk. In our very first box we did, those two books got delayed, and it ends up pushing the box back. So we're trying to work past that this time. But
Danny Rand gave his powers to save the world. No longer Iron Fist. Who is the next Iron Fist? A lot of people believe it to be Swordmaster, but what we have here is issue 1 coming out, and many believe that this is going to be the premiere issue of a new Iron Fist.
It looks like it. That doesn't look like Danny Rand there. He's got different color hair, at least, based on the Iron Fist show that I just watched.
Boom. Iron Fist. It's so funny. Okay, let's get it rolling. I'm going to have to rewatch Iron Fist now after you told me. This guy came in. He's like, when was the last time you watched Iron Fist? I mean, it was actually pretty damn good.
That's the first thing. I came here screaming, like, Tom, Iron Fist, watch the show.
I'm like, what is happening right now? Okay, next one on this list
is better than you remember, but it's still the worst Netflix show, MCU show. Just saying.
Of all of them, but they're all really good. Like Luke Cage is top tier. Anyways, we got to keep it going because we have Gwen-Verse here. This one's interesting. Spider-Gwen Gwen-Verse #1. This is like a what if issue that does two things. It gets the readers and fans of Spider-Gwen excited about the book because it's a one-shot it's not a one-shot, excuse me. It's a 5-issue series that's kind of like a what if narrative is what it's being solicited as. We're going to see what if Gwen Stacy was bitten by a radioactive spider, which, okay, yes, we know that. But what if that was changed? What if she started crime fighting after getting Cap's shield?
Just alternate universe versions of Gwen Stacy here.
What if she picked up the enchanted hammer? We're going to get like Spider-Gwen as Thor, Spider-Gwen as Ms. Marvel, Spider-Gwen as Wolverine, as you can see, Captain America. It's all on the cover. This also does a second thing, aside from getting major hype around the fandom. This right here is exactly how Marvel does like testing grounds of new characters. Why would anyone not pick up this book in this environment?
For speculation reasons, you mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, let's call it how it is. Like, I'm going to I'm looking for at least a handful of these.
Something
I want a few.
Like Captain Carter, right? Like Peggy Carter as Captain America. This book feels kind of like that.
Jane Foster as Thor. I mean,
I'm into it
so
just
many.
for the David Nakayama cover here. I love that guy.
He's freaking
DNA, man. He does good work. So it's a cool cover by, if nothing else. But yeah, that's going in the box as well.
This next one, AWA Upshot. Man,
this was my choice. I picked this one.
They're at the point now when they make a new comic, I'm like, just put it in my box. I don't even, this is a perfect set it and forget it type of narrative to put in this box because Russ would have just threw it in my short box and said, yeah, you're going to pay for this and you're going to take it and you're going to thank me. Some LCS owners do that. You order your 5 books, there may be 8 books in there and they're going to go, yeah, you didn't know that this was coming out and I knew you'd want it.
If
and
you
you're
find
grateful.
a good shop, yeah, some people are really know what you like. We have one customer that just loves anything Thanos. So if Russ sees any Thanos stuff,
I get any Thanos keys, he's like, I may have to like ask, like we got people we got to take care of at the LCS. But primos, which means cousins in Spanish, This is called Primos. It's a 1 of 5 issue. Cousins by blood, heroes by choice. What if Mayans blasted off back in the day in a spaceship because ancient aliens, we're not talking Eternals Jack Kirby, no, we're talking Mayan civilization. Aliens was a thing, and they came back, wanted to cause a ruckus with the technology that they've been bestowed, and the Mayans had to have a contingency plan to take on their ancestors who come back with potentially very dangerous weapons.
I'm into it. It sounds cool. It sounds spooky and mysterious, and I dig the alien vibe.
Hey, you got the Mayan temple right there. And then
the font, the trade dress looks really cool.
Yeah, it's different. And it's kind of, dude, I just watched, it's a terrible movie for historical accuracy, but Apocalypto, I watched it like 2 weeks ago for whatever reason.
Still haven't seen that.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's not like legit historical because they kind of took the Aztecs and Mayans and just said, you just put them together. It's kind of like the same person, which is not. It's terribly, and it's no good there.
A little racist, it sounds like.
Oh, a little bit. And then and then they mess with the timeline. And like some things are like, that would have happened like 600 years before that. But the main thing is like you're getting kind of a taste of a fictional tale of this time period. And it's a lot of fun when you put aside all the other stuff.
All the riddled with historical inaccuracies.
Yes. All right. Next on this list, we have Fox and Hare through Vault Comics. Here's the one thing I know about this book. This has been like highly anticipated and was delayed multiple months because of COVID and paper shortages, and Bleeding Cool ran an article on it. I saw a handful of other websites at the time, and I'm like, what the heck is Fox and Hare? Like, it seems kind of interesting.
All I know is when Russ handed me Russ picked the first few comics to go in this box, and then handed me the list to add a few of my choices.
Right.
This was the very first thing he started with his list.
Russ was like,
number 1. He's excited.
Yeah, Russ is excited about this one. I didn't even know it was coming out this month. I'm glad he mentioned it.
So I'm excited to try it.
So being that this is a little new to me, let me read. Here, can you read this right here, Ryan?
When black market coder Aurora Yi uncovers top secret data that has tapped into the past lives of the citizens of Mazu Bay, her world is turned upside down. The mega corporation Sinistry Designs,
probably Sinistry, kind of on the nose.
Sounds sinister. Sinistry Designs wants its data back and is hot on her trail. Aurora has no choice but to turn to the Fox and the Hare, the most feared mercenaries in the city, for protection.
Fox and Hare through Vault Comics coming.
Got like a good cyberpunk kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It could be cool.
Cyberpunk. That's a great way to describe it. The next one on this list is Suicide Squad Blade #1. Black label, amazing format. You know it's going to be mature. Suicide Squad, they go the distance with that book because they're expected to die. So it's more about how to make it as unique of a death as possible. Right. And this right here has ties to some other books that we really like.
What does that mean?
Didn't you get told by Pornsack that you got to pick this book up?
Pornsack, yeah, he made a post about this book like last night or something.
Piece of show, the writer and creator of Good Asian.
Yes, a book which you should all read. One of my favorites of 2021.
Same here.
But this book is drawn by the artist of Infidel, the book that he had written before Good Asian.
Which has been...
He's into it.
Every time I'm like, oh yeah, Good Asian's great. He wrote Infidel. If the person has read Infidel, they're like, oh, he did another thing. Like, they're super hyped about it because Infidel was so damn good.
Everyone loves that comic.
There we go.
I need to read it again.
So this one's a little wacky. So we have the lineup, Captain Boomerang, Peacemaker, Harley Quinn, King Shark, and they're being recruited. But we have 5 other individuals that are being pulled out of prison. Aside from them, that they're all given like a kind of a superpower treatment that they're going to be able to become super, get all these abilities, but it'll start their time of demise. They have 6 months to live. These are all people who are in line to be killed on death row. So to them, it's like, I can kind of go out in a blaze of glory and do some good.
A blaze of glory?
Ooh,
is that what you mean?
What? Crazy.
Also, I got a giveaway.
All right, you got a giveaway. Hit him with it.
It's going to Travis Tubbs.
Oh my goodness.
Travis Tubbs says, what are you drinking, Tom?
I'm drinking, it's like my favorite caffeine drink. It's blue raspberry flavored sparkling water. It's sparkling ice, 0 sugar, and I recommend it. I used to be really big on like energy drinks, and
same.
It's too much.
They're bad for you.
If you switch to sparkling water, life gets easier. And this book has to be on your pull list if you don't get it. I'm so hyped about it because these characters who get the superpower treatment, they have 6 months to live. It enhances them to a crazy degree is what it sounds like. and they're going to have to be managed by Harley Quinn and Peacemaker. It's going to be hilarious. However, if one of them dies, it sounds like from the synopsis that their powers kind of get transferred, and then the other 4, because if like the 5th one died, the other 4 get even more powerful to the point where it's probably going to get more dangerous as the run goes on.
I just never thought I would say I'm excited for a Suicide Squad book, but here we are.
All right, and Butch is in the house causing a ruckus. Let's keep it rolling. You keep it rolling. Oh, of course. Okay, so this is a big deal. Yeah. You guys are switching things up over there.
This is the first time we have started including trades in this box, and someone in the comments mentioned that they miss us doing trades in the mystery mail call.
Yeah, we don't do them anymore, but we do them because we do them in the form of Scout comic tags.
Correct. We're throwing in digital comic tags into the mail call now. But in this box, in the Can't Miss Comics box, we get the opportunity to pick the trade. It's not going to be like a random book like we used to do in the mail call. Everyone is going to get Geiger Volume 1 in the Can't Miss Comics box, which is a fantastic comic from last year. It did not quite make my top 10 books of the year, but I really love Geiger.
There we go.
And we love it enough to give it to all of you. And if you've read it, if you already know Geiger, then it's a good opportunity to pass it along, to let someone else borrow it. Hey, Butch.
Comic Butch in the house, comic fam. We have Geiger trade paperback number 1 going in. We reviewed this during one of our review sections of a prior podcast. Highly recommended. It's a lot of fun. It's a very unique dystopian future and a superhero that is kind of crazy, but very well designed and just captivating to follow all throughout this like wasteland of this just destroyed United States.
If you've ever played Fallout, it kind of feels like Fallout the comic.
If you like Fallout, this is like Fallout the comic for you. Okay. And then we have a couple more. There's some of these that it's one of those situations where if someone gets this box and it's a, can't miss, and it doesn't have House of Slaughter in it, what are we doing? So we have the final issue of House of Slaughter going in. Enough said.
This is the last. House of Slaughter has been included in every box so far because there's a couple of picks that we do for this box that we want to kind of give you a taste of a book as it continues.
Right.
And we have had every box so far has had an issue of House of Slaughter because it started the same time that we did this box. Absolutely. This is the last time we're going to put it in here. I don't think it's over. I don't think it's going to be done. I think it's just us putting. This is the last time we're putting House of Slaughter in here.
It says the first arc of House of Slaughter comes to a close.
First arc. Okay.
Yes, this is the first arc. So maybe they'll come back. I know that they have Something That's Killing the Children on deck really soon to, after this brief hiatus.
Okay.
So they're probably switching out. And is this next book also like that? We have Venom. This is issue number 5.
Right.
I've only read through issue number 2.
Same. I'm a little behind.
I'm a little behind, but it's good. And I do have the comics. I mean, we have Al Ewing. We also have Ron V.
They're both writing this book.
Yeah, and it's just, you got to read it. Like, this is a very special moment in time. The fact that we had a legendary run on Venom and a legendary run on Hulk, Immortal Hulk, Al Ewing, Venom, Donny Cates, and then they switch titles.
Yeah.
We have to see the ride that they're going to take us on. We have to experience it.
Venom's been fun so far, and we got if you've been on the Can't Miss box since the beginning, you will have the first 5 issues of Venom. I'm interested to see what we pick as ongoing books moving forward.
There we go.
Kind of looking forward to that.
Starting the auction off at $1 for 1 minute, like we always do.
This is one of our favorite covers, and you got it.
A little bit of that, what y'all been looking for, right? A little bit of that, what y'all been looking for, right?